Hey guys, welcome back here to my channel and to another Diorama showcase video, this time showcasing the month of October, which as you may know was a vanilla month, meaning that you couldn't use any mods or Construction Anarchy or Freedom 2K, and if I'm to be honest with you, I found this really difficult, and so what some of you guys came up with is absolutely mind-blowing considering it's vanilla only. Can't wait to get into the entries, I cannot wait to show you what everyone's been up to over the last month. But before I get into it, I just want to say, as you know, when I started doing this back along maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago, it was COVID, it was a lockdown, and I had a lot more time to get all the stuff put together and done. And now that things are happening and working again, I do struggle to find some of the time to get the videos together, which is why these videos are coming out a little bit later than I would like. So I do apologize for that. But thank you guys for sticking with me and waiting for the videos to come out. And I do try and do it as quick as I can. A quick shout out to my Patreons, thank you for supporting me. If you want to support me further, you can head over to there, or you can just give me a thumbs up for this video and click that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. Big shout out to Mr. Unit as well for filming the maps for this video, couldn't do it without you. And also a shout out to Dan as well, who really helps me get my ideas together and we bounce ideas off each other for each month. At the end of this video, there will be the top 3 positions and also what I did this month with the challenge, and I'll talk about next month's challenge as well. But without further ado, in no particular order, let's get into it. So I don't want to give anything away, but if you send me more than one entry in 1 month, then I will only include one of them in the top placings. So this is one of 3 from ASTROTRON. This is Sarsaparilla Peaks, and I absolutely love it. Again, genius theming, genius rock work. Fantastic theme. It wasn't my favorite out of the 3 that you did, but I really appreciate what you did. I think it's a lot of fun. I love the color work. It's something that I've seen from you before as well, but you're absolutely amazing at this style and what you can do with all the rocks and everything. Something I'm going to say a lot is about the vanilla lighting, and I think you did a really great job here at lighting this map in vanilla. I think doing lighting in vanilla is actually very difficult because there's not really any big bright lights or anything that you can use to light up huge areas. So this looks really nice, and I think you achieved some really pretty lighting there. And then the second map here is Wormhole. It's got an amazing effect going on here with the moving, swirling wormhole. You've got this alien coming out of it, eating this space station. An amazing idea, an amazing theme. I think you've executed it really well. Again, I've seen something similar to this before with like a space station type thing, but I really like the idea. I think you've nailed the concept, and you are one of the masters at sci-fi building, so this is another pure example of how good you are at doing sci-fi stuff. This map really lends itself to nighttime mode, and so here's just a little view for you. Really pretty, all the stars, and the alien as well has got these like light up suckers on its arms and stuff, so it looks really cool. Really like it. And there's one more map to come from ASTROTRON, so stay tuned for that one. Next up here we have Medieval Times by FLAMEMOUSE. A really good attempt. I really appreciate all the work you put into this one. I do think it is a little bit sparse in a few places, but I can really appreciate the work. I do think building in vanilla is very hard, well for me personally, so I do know how difficult it is sometimes. I just think a few of the buildings here are a little bit blocky and just lacks a little bit of detail in some areas. But the idea is there, the concept is there, I can see what theme you were going for. So yeah, like I said, I can really appreciate what you tried to do here. Let's just get a little look now here at nighttime. So as we've got some nice path lighting going on, we've got some nice flame torches as well on the castle buildings. This one could have had some really cool triggers going on with like cannons, maybe like a little fight going on or something, just to add to it. But I really like it, so thank you very much for sending that one in to me. Next up, we have VULCANIA by NANANANABATMAN, which is an awesome username. And he said basically this one was inspired by 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, which is obviously by Jules Verne. And I feel like you could have leaned into that just a little bit more, maybe some more inspiration taken from Tokyo Disney Sea or something. But I like the colors that you've used here. You've really got those kind of classic deep turquoise colors, the teal colors against those nice sandy rocks in the water and everything. Just the rock work I think could have been done a little bit better. Maybe some smaller rocks and some larger rocks to contrast it off each other. Also some different shade rocks in there, or more shades of rock in there, just to kind of give it some more depth and contrast. But I like the idea. I like the submarine going through the whole thing as well. It's very nice. Let's get a look at this map as well at nighttime. So not really much lighting going on at all here, unfortunately. I know it's very limited with vanilla with what you can do with the lighting, but some street lights or something, or just some little torches and things would have been really, really cool to see in there, just to give it a little bit more atmosphere at nighttime. But thank you for participating and taking the time to actually build something and send it in to me, so thank you for that. Next up here we have a map by a Lively Engineer. This is Autoland, and this was actually a joint collaboration with many builders over on Discord, and he said that this is the finest park built by a Lively Engineer and the encouragement and support from all his friends. And as you can see, this is actually a recreation of every Six Flags park in the world. It is one wonderful car park coaster. And as you know, Scream at Magic Mountain is basically built on a car park, so I understand the joke and the reference going on here. It's really, really cool. It's just a big giant car park, and what a lovely car park it is. So thank you for sending that one in. Next up here we have Games Night by Skinger. This is a really awesome, unique idea. Haven't seen anything like this before, I don't think, but the playing cards just look incredible. The way you did the king on that card is spectacular. All the different shapes and pieces you've put in there to make that is just really amazing. The details in those cards I just think are phenomenal. This side of the park is actually my favorite side with all the cards. I think it's a lot better and more detailed than the other side where you have the chessboard. But I do think it's really cool. It's a really nice idea. So basically in the description it said once games night is over, then the peeps come out for their own night of fun. So you have to think of this as being a little bit like Borrowers, the film with the little people, and they basically come out and have fun in a real life situation, which is games night. I really like the idea. I like the whole concept. It's been done really, really well. Is of course a fantasy map, so I can really appreciate that. This isn't really a theme you'd maybe have in real life, or maybe you would, maybe like Toy Story Land or something like that, you know. But here's a little look at nighttime as well. Not much lighting going on, but I guess if it was games night and the games night was over, then the lights would have been turned off. Well, that would have been my reasoning anyway, but it's a really cool map. Thank you for taking the time to do that and send it in to me. Next up here we have Halloween Spooktacular. Of course it was October. This is by Moonman82, and it's nice to see you building again. This is a really cool map. I really, really like it. The circus kind of theme going on here is really, really cool. Reminds me a little bit of the Scooby-Doo film, if I must say. But I really like the colors and everything. I'm just not really the biggest fan of the building of the ghost train in the corner, but the rest of it I think is really amazing. All the little like circus tent buildings, the crazy shapes, you've got the really cool spider on the Ferris wheel and everything. Some really cool custom supporting going on there as well, which I believe has been done with shapes. Some really nice details throughout this map, and I think actually it has a really nice natural flow to it as well, like a carnival. So I can really appreciate what you put into this one and the thought that's gone into it. And I also really like the support structure on the lift hill as well. I think that looks really kind of realistic and really cool. I actually think you achieved some of the best lighting this month, considering it's vanilla. You've got some really cool flashy purple lights going on there, some red in there. There's fireworks as well, which definitely add to the atmosphere at nighttime in this kind of carnival style park. So yeah, really cool. Next up here we have OLMEC Village by Sappy519, and he said that this is inspired by the Nickelodeon show Legends of the Hidden Temple. Now I have to say I don't actually know the show myself, so I don't know what it's referencing, but I can see all the temples and all those kind of style buildings that's been done throughout this whole building. I like the foliage work a lot. I think the trees are a lovely color, and I think you've placed them very nicely throughout the map and the build. I do find that high temple to be a bit random in the on the side of the lift hill, but maybe that is a reference to the show or something, I'm not sure. But it's a really good solid build, a really solid map. I think you've achieved the theme that you were going for. I could definitely see it's got like a tropical temple in the jungle type theme going on there. And yeah, you did a really, really great job. Here is a little look here now at nighttime, and it looks really, really cool. Got some really nice kind of flame torches and everything, giving it a lovely glow at nighttime. So it's a very pretty map at nighttime as well. Thank you for taking the time as well to send that one in to me. Next up here we have Space Academy. Now this one reminds me of something from Star Trek, like the Starfleet Academy that they have on planet Earth. So that's the idea of this one, I guess. I really like the support structure on the loop. I think it looks really kind of futuristic, but it's really cool. And I actually have to say that the support work on the entire coaster is really cool, considering that this is vanilla. Like I think it's been done with borders, but all the borders on that helix and that there at the end, they look great. They look very like kind of realistic, so I can really appreciate the work that you put into that. Got some cool little kind of like university style campus buildings around here, some nice foliage in places, and we've got like flat rides in there as well, which are like a G-force trainer, that kind of thing. So all the flat rides tie into the theme as well, which I think is really nice. We've got some little details like a crashed plane, and we have like a little rocket at the back there as well. We've got a helipad. So there's some nice little things put in throughout this one. Yeah, a great job, well done. I like the colors, I like the pathing that you've done, and I think the coaster itself has been weaved in very nicely. Well, you've actually built the buildings around the coaster, but it weaves very nicely throughout the whole campus of this kind of space academy. Let's just take a little look here at nighttime as well. So we've got some cool kind of futuristic lighting going on here with the blues and everything, some nice white lights as well along the paths and everything. And so yeah, great job. Thank you for taking the time as well to build something and send it in. So next up here we have a Land of Cubism, Love and Magic by TabletopCheese, and he said in the description that this one is more of an art piece rather than like an actual theme or anything. So I can understand and see that as well. It is very, very random in places. I really love this kind of cube structure in the middle here, which is super random, but it's kind of cool. I really like it, and the color combination as well is really, really cool. The kind of the purpley pink, yellow, and the black and the green, it just goes really, really well together somehow, and I think it looks really, really cool. Some things are a little bit random and don't really kind of go together, like the right side of the map with the brown rocks in that is very different to the other side. But like you said, it's more of an art piece. I can really appreciate what you've done and what you've tried to do here. Let's just take a little look now at nighttime as well. So we've got some cool fireworks going on here, with some trigger effects, some cool lighting as well around those pathed areas. Yeah, keep building, keep sending me stuff in. I really can't wait to see what else you come up with in the future. So next up here we have Woodlands by Cobblestone Boy 83, and yeah, this is basically like a woodland style kind of park, something you would find in Europe or somewhere, you know, those kind of small family type parks. We've got the coaster there rushing through the trees and that in the forest and dipping in and out of buildings, etc. Got some cool little things going on here. I do feel like some of the buildings just lack a little bit of detail, and a little bit more structure to the whole map would have maybe helped it a little bit. I find the pathing a bit bizarre. It's not really got much structure to it as well. But we've got some cool little flat rides in there as well, like a top spin and a mini monorail. But yeah, most of this map is basically forest and trees. I feel like some more kind of like woodland paths would have been nice going through, with some more kind of hidden, tucked away areas, etc. For the guests to kind of chill out and stuff would have been nice. Let's just take a little look here at nighttime as well. So obviously the main pathing areas have some nice kind of street lighting going on, but not really much else going on. But like I said, lighting in vanilla is a little bit difficult. But yeah, great effort. Thank you for taking part and sending that one in to me as well. So next up here we have a park by VERTEX, and this one had a really huge description. So I'm just going to read it out to you so you understand what the map is about. The year is 1871. Since the discovery of gold in California at Sutter's Mill in 49, thousands of people from all over the world have traveled to the High Sierra to find their fortune. Several mines have been established at the base of the Sierra Buttes. So now we have like a little description about the actual coaster itself, which is called Telegraph Troubles Coaster. The telegraph line between Sierra City and San Francisco has snapped. This is vital for the operation of the mine. You will be using the newly invented telegraph line maintenance car that allows you to safely traverse over the forest from pole to pole to fix the problem, but be careful because the broken lines are sparking right over the boomer mine that has just received a shipment of TNT. So we've got a really cool theme going on there as well, a good storyline as well to go with the map as well. I love a good little storyline and a theme with the coaster. I think the map's really, really cool. I do think there's a lot crammed in here into such a small space. Like the River Rapids would have been nicer on a bigger map, but I can appreciate that you try to squeeze some things in there. And of course, lighting at nighttime as well. Very full of lights. We've got lights pretty much everywhere, covering the paths and everything, so it's nice to see. So thank you for sending that one in to me. Next up here we have a map by Zamu. This is just lots and lots of water towers placed down on a map. If you don't know who Zamu is, he is one of the modders on Discord and within the Parkitect community, and he makes a lot of the really cool stuff that makes this game so much fun. So a big thank you to him. Freedom 2K is one of his babies, and as you know, Freedom 2K is just one of the most amazing tools for this game. So if you don't have it, head over to his website. I'll put a link down below, and over there you can download some of his cool mods like Freedom 2K, which really enhance this game and just make it a really, really fun game to play. So next up here we have a map that I think really deserves an honorable mention, and that is Garden of the Azure Dragon. And this was actually inspired by the real landscapes of Zhangjiajie in China. I hope I've pronounced that somewhat correct. But yeah, the landscaping that you've done in this map is just really amazing. I just wish that the whole map was more kind of the rocks with that really foggy kind of underlay on the terrain, like the left side of the map, because I think that's just so pretty and it just looks so great. But I can really appreciate this whole map as a whole. I think the support work is really amazing as well that you've done. The rock work is really amazing. This kind of atmosphere with the fog is just really awesome. Even the kind of Asian Chinese architecture that you've done as well is really cool. It's a really pretty map, really amazing what you've achieved here, just using vanilla pieces and assets from the game. So I can really appreciate it. I just wish that kind of fogginess was kind of continued over onto that right side of the map as well, but it's really amazing. Let's just have a little look here at night time as well. So we've got some just kind of standard lighting going on here and some water effects going on as well, some springs. But yeah, really cool map. I think it really deserved the shout out because I think it was really pretty, and I think what you've achieved here is just really awesome. So thank you for sending that one in to me. So in at third place here, we have ASTROTRON's Bendy Land. Now this was the first map I think you built out of the three, and this was my favorite one out of the three. I think the theme is really unique and you nailed it. Every aspect of this is just really fantastic. The color work, the theming, the way you built some of the props like the hand out of shapes is really cool as well. And also all like the ink splatters everywhere as well look really cool. Yeah, it's just a really unique theme and it looks really cool. I don't actually know much about Bendy and the ink machine at all. Actually never heard of it until you started talking about it on Discord. And so I did have a little bit of a Google search and everything just to kind of find out a little bit more about it. Yeah, and what you've done here is really cool and you've definitely nailed the theme on the head. I like the kind of the Bendy logo, like the face that you've done as well on top of the drop tower and stuff. I think that looks really cool. And I believe there is like a Bendy land or something within the universe of Bendy and the Ink Machine, which is what this is supposed to be. And I think it's really cool. I just think, again, it's one of your solid builds and you're so good at doing themes. So congrats on that one. In here at second place, we have Mari Island by ROBOFLAMINGO. And I think stripping mods away from ROBOFLAMINGO was just like a really bad thing to do. But what you've done here in vanilla is fantastic. I absolutely love the color scheme and everything as well. Like the pink and the green against that really nice sandy kind of brick color with the rich turquoise blue water looks really nice. I love the support structure as well on the lift hill. That kind of reminds me a little bit of Expedition Everest at Animal Kingdom, that kind of style lift hill. So that's really nice. And I just feel like the building going over the lift hill is just nicely in proportion with the rest of the map. It doesn't stick out to be like a random tall part of the map, so that's nice. I think it's nicely balanced with the high kind of building that you have, or the landscaping on top of the station building. But this is really nice. I really like it. I think it's got a lovely flow to it. The buildings are nice. They've got some really fantastic detail as well. Again, amazing what you've achieved here in vanilla. I can't believe how much I struggled using vanilla pieces, and I just feel like I got in my own way. But you guys seem to have absolutely tackled this in such an amazing way. Lighting here, of course, isn't up to Robo's normal lighting standards, but I can see that what you were going for here, like I said, it is really hard using vanilla to do lighting, so you did a great job there. So in at first place here, we have SCHWARTZBURG by Mr. Unit 64, and I can't actually believe that this is vanilla only. Like, this is just absolutely bonkers. I think it's fantastic. The detailing on these buildings, and also you did quite a lot of diagonal building, which is really cool to see in vanilla. It's something that's very difficult to do in vanilla, I think. Well, I can't really do it very well anyway. But yeah, it looks absolutely awesome. My only criticism with this map was it's a little bit dark. But this has the best trigger effects I've ever seen, and that is those blinking light eyes in the rock. I think that just looks absolutely fantastic. So have to give you like a round of applause for that one. We've got some cool waterfalls coming down as well using triggers off the rocks there, and we've just got this really cool little village vibe going on with this coaster going through it, and it's got a really nice flow. Everything's nicely done. Again, the rock work at the side being that tall doesn't stick out like a sore thumb. It's nicely balanced with the rest of the map, so it's got a really nice natural flow to the terrain as well, with the pathing going through it. Yeah, really amazing. And also all the pathing in this map is actually hand placed little tiny rocks, which is just really cool. It gives it that really kind of natural texture. So that was really cool to see. I don't know how long that took you. I think maybe you did it as a blueprint, which would have saved you time, but really amazing job. Absolutely amazed by what you achieved in only vanilla. I really just can't get over it. But also we have a joint first winner, which is Eddie with Temple City. And I just couldn't pick out of the two which one was my favorite, so I decided to make them both the winner. I think this one is just also really amazing and very charming, and I just love the whole look and the whole kind of color scheme and just the design of it. So we have like a little kind of some buildings up here on the hill. We've got this really cool coaster kind of coming around those buildings, dipping in the trees and through tunnels. I love the contrast as well with that really nice rich turquoise water with the little bridges and everything. I just think it's a really charming map that has a lovely flow to it as well. Everything looks really naturally done. And again, can't believe that some of these things are vanilla. The buildings have so much detail to them as well, just like Mr. Yuna's buildings. I just think as a whole, this map just looks really, really pretty to look at. So I could really appreciate this one, and it was one of my favorites. From the moment I saw it, I just thought it was just really, really charming. So Eddie said this was actually random building styles that ended up turning into a small town next to a temple. And sometimes just building random stuff leads you down a path to greatness, and I think this has turned out to be a really, really wonderful map. So I could really appreciate all the work and details gone into this one. Huge congratulations to the two winners, and also to everybody that took part this month. I couldn't do this without you guys, without you participating every month. This challenge wouldn't exist. So thank you so much. Thank you for making the Parkitect community strong and for showing your skills. So let's just get on to what I did. If you didn't see the little series that I did on my channel, I did like a Paradise Pier, Disney California inspired type map. And yeah, I'm really, really bad at building in vanilla. I think I have achieved something that is somewhat okay. It's nowhere near as good as what you guys have done. But yeah, vanilla it really just isn't my thing. I'm so out of practice with it as well, and I do love using mods. So taking those mods away from me was like taking candy from a baby. But yeah, I hope you like what I did. I tried to just give it like a fun kind of Californian, American type boardwalk style vibe, having the coaster there very similar to the California Screamer at Disney, which is now the Incredicoaster, of course. And yeah, I've run out of time, to be honest, when I was building this one, so I did rush it a little bit. But it's got some cool little details in there if you want to take a closer look. You can download it on Steam. You can download all these maps on Steam as they are on there, and you can take a look at all of them yourself in a little bit of closer detail. Here's a look at nighttime now as well at my map. But yeah, I just want to say, if you want to find out about the details for next month's map, I actually did a separate video about it, as it is a trackless dark ride. But a huge shout out to my Patreons. Thank you for supporting me. And don't forget to subscribe and also give me a thumbs up for this video. And I'll see you all next time here on my channel for another video. Bye.